All right. How is everyone going? And what is going on with One Harmony? We're going to have a look at that today. Going to look around the charts. We're just going to figure out where things are at in this market cycle because things are starting to heat up and I think you can feel it too. So before we get right into our One Harmony analysis and why One Harmony isn't green right now, while everything else is, please like that video, please subscribe to the channel, and also please click that notification bell. It would truly help me out. I've been holding off on doing a One Harmony video for a while because it's in a consolidation, you know, it's like, and the thing is, like, I could sit there and tell you that on the 23rd of April, it found a bottom and then, you know, it tested the bottom again and blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that the picture I've got on the screen is the picture of the One Harmony chart. It was in a reversal, as in, you know, this is a bull flag. So when things pump up and they create this flag pole, they naturally correct and they go downwards. They find a local bottom, and then they start to make higher highs. So that's kind of where Harmony One is at the moment. It hasn't necessarily done the higher high thing. So it's found a bottom for sure. So it's double tested this bottom. It's broken out of the downtrend. So it's done two of the three things that you want it to do to say, yes, the correction's over. But the third thing is it needs to break out of this range now. So it needs to have a higher high from now on and a higher low. So, you know, we want to see it pushing up into 20 cents and then we want to see it pulling back into 15 cents again to be the next low. So that's what we want to happen. Why isn't it happening right now? Whoa, why is my coin not happening right now? It's just time. It's just actually time. And I'm gonna use a whole bunch of other charts and look around a whole bunch of other charts just to see from a time perspective how long accumulations are taking in the market at the moment. You know, One Harmony had a really good run and this accumulation is completely natural. So let's go and get our date range fella over here and just have a look at where we're at. So we're at 38 days, right? I might go to the daily chart just to make it a little bit clearer for us all. So from that, the highest point in the chart, we are at 38 days, right? So I've been saying in the past, like 45 days to 60 days has been the average accumulation, right? Before you break out of your, you know, into new all-time highs or new local highs, kind of thing. So that's that. And I think we're probably looking to do that again, you know. So if we pull out to 45 days there, that brings us out to mid-May. And then I think, you know, if by the time mid-May, if we've tested, you know, 20 cent range again, pull back to back test the 15 cent range and then kind of flying out of there, that probably takes us to the end of May, which is, you know, closer towards our 60 days. But then that's when the next leg can start happening. You know, that's when it can get bullish again because there is still sellers to shake out. You know, there's still bearish people to shake out in this chart. You know, there's no massive, you know, rise in volume in green candles. There's still a lot of decent red candles, still a lot of like big wicks we've seen here. At the moment, kind of candles aren't really telling me anything either way. They're just saying that it's kind of sideways price action. So there's nothing really to report at this stage. But the fact that the volume isn't huge on the red means I don't think it's going to go any lower. I think that's our range at the moment, like 12 cents to 15 cents. So we just need to break out of that 15 cent range into the kind of 20 cent range, pull back to 15 cent range, and then fire it out of there. So that's that. I'm just going to go down my list because there is a lot of good news in the market today. All right, before I go down to the things that are kind of breaking out, I just want to show you something that game credits, even though it's completely different crypto, the the pattern is very similar, you know. So it reached a high, pulled all the way back, found a bottom, broke out of a range, and then is now using, I guess, that breakout line as support, if you like. So the same thing with game credits, which is what I've said needs to happen. It needs to kind of bounce out of there, get up to the kind of 40 cent range, make a new higher low, and then fire it out of there. For anyone that's following game credits, and if we put the kind of time on there again, we're probably going to get something similar, you know, a little bit longer, 44 days. So we're probably stretching this out to our 60-day range. Then we're going to start going, like, if it's taking longer than 60 days, then it's a bit more than average. But while we're in, you know, this 60-day range of 60 days of accumulation, it's quite normal, right? You know, I'm just going to go down through a bunch of things and just have a look at how long they've taken to accumulate since they made local highs, right? So Cake, I'm not going to have a look at. XRP, let's have a look at that. You know, so if we look, you know, back here, so if we look at XRP, how long it took to break out of a 70 cent range, you know, it's a ridiculous amount of time. It took 131 days, right? So put that into perspective, like, you know, One Harmony, 44 days, you know, or 38 days. It's nothing compared to 131 days for XRP holders to break out of a range. Hathor Network. So Hathor made a kind of a high on the 15th of March. And then it's been going on for 50 days now. So it's still in that range. So that's normal. We're seeing that's starting to break out or wanting to break out. Dash, how long have we been in the range here? So, you know, since kind of, I guess, going there, we're in 74 days, you know, 74 days since kind of it made a local high of like 330, went backwards, sideways for a while, got bullish, broke out, scared the hell out of us, you know, it's kind of a cup handle, and then now it's just testing that all-time high again, but it's finding resistance. So even 74 days, like something like Dash that's so undervalued is still finding it hard to break out of some resistance at, you know, at around like $400, right? So 74 days in the Dash chart. Peercoin, not so much, but I guess you can kind of look at this pattern here. How long did it take to break out of that? 87 days, you know. So from the 9th of January through to the 6th of April, it took to basically break out of a range just below 68 cents there. So once again, you're looking around and you're going 38 days on the One Harmony chart, not so bad. EOS, here's another one that's just wants to break out, but it's struggling. So when it made this run up on the 14th of Feb, you know, until now, it hasn't been able to break 850. So it got super bullish and then got super bearish. And then now it's bullish again, but it needs to prove that it can break out of a range between 450 and 850, you know, and it's 80 days in that range. That's a long time to be somewhere and not breaking out for a lot of people. But when you think about it in the larger scheme of things, you know, when these things do fire, they'll fire quickly. And the movement that we have in under a year, you know, or a year or more, you know, 18 months kind of probably from, you know, the breakout zones of the longer term charts, they're really good gains, you know, and when you think about, even if you bought EOS yesterday, 32% today, it's brilliant. ZRX, I mean, look at this one. It kind of found a high here on the 5th of Feb, and we've been in a range now for 88 days as well. So, and I mean, like, feel sorry for the band holders, you know, and I thought this would have broken out way sooner, but, you know, we are now on the band chart, we're in a accumulation range for 268 days. So since August last year, this chart has not really been able to break, you know, or stay above the 20 $20 mark, so it's tapping it, wicking up above the $20 mark, but it's not holding above it, so there's a clear resistance level that it needs to break out of. So hopefully this super bullish little period here is the one that everything breaks out of their ranges, but just don't feel like if you're a One Harmony holder and today your coin's not flying, which it isn't, that anything bad is happening, because, everything seems to be in a range. I think the only thing that's really broken out is Ethereum. But once again, if you look at Ethereum and just go, well, how this, even if, well, let's say from here, the 10th of January until just a couple of days ago on the 25th of April, it was struggling to break 250, 2,500, right? So we were in a larger range. It was an upward range, but it was the 3,000 barrier that we wanted it to get up to, and now it's done it. It's up there. It'll probably find a little bit more sideways action before it really flies on out of there. And then the only other things I can really know of that's been flying out of there is Dogecoin. Or like there's probably a lot of other smaller market cap things that are being, whaled and manipulated that are flying out there, but I haven't seen a lot of price action really, in the plus 20, plus 30, 50% on this chart, on this watch list that I have. It's kind of all been pretty sideways, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, for pretty much everything, and I still think it's that crypto halftime. It's a good thing that Ethereum's led the way. I think that is opening the floodgates slightly. You can see that, while Ethereum's doing 6%, other things are doing, 10 to 15 to 20%, which is great. But yeah, we're still in crypto halftime. And I think if we go over and look at the total market cap chart minus the Bitcoin there, it's probably this 1.618 level we need to break. But are we going to get a knockback there? Are we going to are we still going sideways to get a knockback there, come back and test, below $1 trillion market cap or something? Who knows? Anything can happen in crypto. So just be prepared. Like, be happy with the day, be happy with the green. Don't be unhappy if your coin isn't pumping like One Harmony, and just realize that, a couple of months in sideways consolidation is completely normal. What was the other one I was going to do? Like, for everyone that was super bullish on Cardano, how long has that been in a range, right? 84 days as well. There's a pattern going on here. There's a pattern going on here. Things have been pretty stagnant for nearly 3 months. Theta, same thing again. I remember doing a video on Theta going like, at $6, I was like, it's not an investment for me, and everyone's like, oh, it's going to go here, it's going to go there. And it's like, well, it's only doubled since then. It can't break, it's tried to break, what is it, $14 there. But, from that $6 to $7 range, it's only doubled once or twice, and it hasn't stayed there, So, for those people that into Theta, that's great. And I was into Theta, and I took a lot of profits out of this region, and I sold out up here because I was like, it hasn't got much further to go. It will have another leg up at the end like everything else, but during this period, I wanted my money elsewhere in things that were potentially moving. Now, in hindsight, everything has kind of gone sideways, and I probably haven't maximized as much, but you still got to be prepared that when things have a really good run, sideways actions is going to follow, right? And then once they have that next really good run, what's going to follow? A full reversal and a downtrend into that bear market, because this is just a market cycle. And, to sit here and go like Theta is worth $30 or $50 and it should stay there is ridiculous, because it's worth what anyone is willing to pay for it, and, it's not like it's a tangible item, like a pair of shoes or a vehicle that you drive in. It's a cryptocurrency token that a whole bunch of people speculate on. there's a lot of support, a lot of partnerships. You know, every single project, you can say there's good partnership and good support and good network and good team and good social media and this, that, and the other. But the reality is that, like, it's such a new asset class, and you can't really say that any one of these cryptocurrencies really deserves to hold its value or be a certain price and a steady price. It's a volatile market for a reason, because there is a lot of speculation in the market at the moment. And One Harmony is no different to any other cryptocurrency right now. It is just in a speculative bull market. And just love that for what it is. And hold if you hold, and sell if you're bearish. You know, like that's, you got those two choices, right? And trade into something else. You know, if you want to be chasing the pipe dream. But I think for me, the best thing I've done for a long time in this market, besides a little kind of nibbles at some of these moonshot coins, is do nothing. And that doing nothing is slowly increasing the value of my portfolio the way I want it to. You know, I've got my targets, I've got my sell targets, and I just want to kind of be prepared mentally to actually sell at those points and maximize as much profit, and, you know, roll whatever else over into other investments, and just keep on building on the wealth that this great opportunity has allowed me to create, and hopefully for you all out there. So that's my little piece for today. Probably rambled on a little bit longer there than I needed to, but thank you if you have listened all the way to the end. Stick with it. Everything's fine. I cannot see one chart out there that's like telling me, oh my God, this is over. Because in general, it's cryptocurrencies. It's popular right now. It's gaining popularity. Retail's flooding in. Bitcoin's hot. Ethereum's hot. You know, people are going to speculate on all these other things, and, you know, for random reasons, and that is going to push the general tide in an upward direction, and all ships rise in the tide. And that's a great thing, because everybody, you know, every crypto project besides the scam fake ones probably deserve to rise a little bit and get a bit of attention, because they've all got a purpose. You know, they all seem to be out there doing something or trying something or wanting to change something, and that is a good thing. So like the video if you like these sort of videos, and subscribe to the channel if you can and you want to, and click that notification bell. That'd be purely and hugely appreciated there. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.